Hello, I wanted to make a short video about why spiritual vegans are often weak. Some are strong, but many of them are weak and are struggling, and I want to tell you why, or what my experience with being a weak vegan has been, and how I kind of managed to transition out of that, even though I'm still working on it. So I used to be a kind of standard diet vegan, following a standard diet. Not that the diet is the whole issue, but it definitely is part of the issue. Eating processed foods and cooked foods especially. And I'm transitioning into a raw vegan diet after a 40 plus day juice fast. Because that's what humans are supposed to eat and thrive on, and it's going to be difficult to thrive on a cooked vegan diet, especially one that contains processed foods. But even just things like pasteurized dried fruits or pasteurized juices are problematic. They're going to drain you instead of give you energy. Once you become sensitive enough to the energy that you're putting into your body, you will notice a profound difference between a date that has been pasteurized and dried um, compared to something that is alive still, something like an avocado or even sprouted lentils. The difference is night and day, and you will feel like a completely different human being on a 100% raw food diet compared to a cooked vegan diet. So that's the first reason why vegans are weak, but I'm specifically addressing spiritual vegans here because those are hopefully on a path to fully embody their truth and their power and their full potential, which is what I'm speaking to and what I'm interested in. The second reason is low confidence, low self-esteem, and low self-worth. Those are all kind of the same thing. That's why I'm bundling them together. And it comes down to believing that you don't have a lot of value to offer. And that's very typical for spiritual people in general, because we are born into environments that don't appreciate our gifts, our medicine, our energy, and what we came to do here, which is to increase the vibration of planet Earth and to change the way that humanity behaves and operates and interacts with our fellow beings and nature on this planet. The separation of humanity and nature has been the greatest tragedy in modern times. And to get back to nature is our goal. Not that we are live in caves or even live in nature. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a mutually beneficial relationship between humanity and the rest of the planet. Anyway, the reason you are weak is because you believe that you don't have any value. And once you see that you do have value, which takes time for most people because our beliefs are so deeply ingrained in us that it's very difficult to change them, especially on our own. But the more you work on it and the more you kind of find proof for the fact that you are actually valuable, the stronger you're going to feel and the more confident you're going to feel. So I definitely recommend just putting yourself into environments that appreciate you and kind of need you. Don't fall into the pitfall of helping or serving people that are draining. That is an absolute nightmare to end up in that situation. You don't want to help people. You don't need to do that. People are capable and have to take care of themselves. You're doing yourself and everybody else a disservice if you're trying to help people excessively. I'm not talking about giving to charity or giving money to a homeless person here. That's not what I'm talking about. Feel free to do that if you feel compelled. I'm talking about self-sacrifice or even just helping people in general. For men, this is probably going to be a partner or a potential partner. You can help your partner, obviously. Don't pay for things for women. Don't give money away to women or other people that you don't have like an established relationship with. It's going to be a catastrophe for you, for your energy, and they don't need it. No, people are strong, and they're most definitely not going to love or appreciate you for it. So it's just a complete waste of time. If you need love, try to connect with real people, and that can be online or in person. But don't try to get people to appreciate or love you by giving them things or helping them. That's stupid. That's not service. That's just stupid. So that's the second reason, and a major pitfall on our way to become divine masculine bodies, or whatever it's called. And the third reason would be lack of direction and purpose. You don't know what you want, and you don't know what you're supposed to do here. Which, my advice to that would be to experiment. Try to find something that you're inspired by, and just go with that for as long as you feel inspired to do so, and then find something else that you feel inspired to do, and just keep following that like line of inspiration until you end up in a place that actually makes sense and feels good. Follow your inspiration. Be careful, of course, because it can lead you down like difficult paths. So you have to be prepared, and like mentally especially prepared for that, because life is not going to be easy, and it's not supposed to be either. So the quickest and best way to get from where you don't want to be to where you want to be is to just follow your inspiration. If you don't have inspiration, just do something, anything, and eventually you will get some kind of inspiration, even if it's just a tiny bit. So, just keep looking for inspiration and double down on it. And be careful to not get into too deep trouble, but the quickest way is to just go through it. So you'll have to do you'll have to have your own judgment on what's too much and what you can handle. But in general, the more difficult something is, the faster you will develop and the faster you will get to where you want. Don't choose into pain intentionally, though. Challenges are good, but don't choose pain, and don't stay in pain. Get in, get out, if that's your deal. Don't stay anywhere. Don't believe that pain is good. Pain is not good. Pain might be necessary in some cases, but in general, you want to avoid pain as much as possible. Focus on inspiration, take action, move forward, forget about mistakes. Mistakes don't exist. Just fucking forget about it. Move forward as soon as you can. Keep moving forward. Keep looking for inspiration and follow it when it arrives. Take action. Move forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And eventually you will get there. Good luck. Peace out.